Have you ever felt stressed after a long day of work, but then feel completely recharged, relaxed after playing your favorite games? So, gaming can actually help you improve your mental well being while reducing stress, right? So, why do all these other sources say that gaming can lead to depression, to isolation, to violent video games make you violent? Well, actually, the truth is that gaming can be a tool, and just like any tool, it can be used to improve your mental well being. So, hey guys, I'm Daniel. Thanks so much, and welcome to Dragonmore XP, where we empower gamers with the skills they need to succeed through the games they play. I believe that every gaming experience contributes to our personal growth and success. And with that, I wanted to talk today about just our mental health, our mental well being. So, gaming is not just about entertainment. So, it can positively or negatively affect your mental well-being depending on how it's used. So, like a lot of things, you have to do certain things in moderation, or depending on how you use them, it can be a benefit or a detriment, right? So, yeah, if you have an addictive personality, and you could get sucked into the video game addiction, as we call it. It's the same as gambling, or or like eating sweets, eating chocolate, right? If you do too much of it, it's bad. But like a little bit in moderation is fun, exciting, tastes good. Or gambling can be fun, just don't blow all your money. So okay, so gaming in that sense is more of a tool, because the research does say that okay, if you have a predisposition to depression, video games can make it worse, but it also can make it better. So it's not really a causal relationship with gaming. That's what I want to make sure and clear, is that the research shows that it's not going to just suddenly make you depressed. It depends on what we play and how we play, how we use gaming as the tool that affects how we do it. So okay, so what can gaming do for us? Well, I think there's four key areas that gaming can really help with as far as our mental well-being. And that is stress relief, right? Again, after the long day of work, you come home, you want to just unwind. And so gaming can be a great way to unwind and de-stress after that long day. And the games that you choose to play do say a lot also about you as a person, and how you de-stress, right? So, and that's something I want to cover in depth more in another video. So make sure to check back for that. As far as what games that you play actually help with de-stress and what that says about you. So stress relief is a big one. Improved cognitive function is another one that's great, as far as using games as the tool to benefit yourself. This games can really help improve, and this has been shown, improve your memory, your attention, and your problem solving skills. Even to the point that they've actually included video games in nursing homes for the elderly that actually improve their cognitive function, especially combating those with memory or like Alzheimer's. Really trying to give them, continue their mental faculties to, basically help them live healthier, happier lives. So that's just really cool to me, is that games can really help with that kind of mental aspects of it, even as you age. Another big one, of course, is social connection, right? So as much as you hear some of these research say it's like, oh, well, it might lead to isolation and therefore more depression. It's like, well, if you choose to do that, sure. But like gaming, I think, is one of the best ways to connect with people. It's like any other hobby, right? It's just when you're talking about games, yeah, here's your hobby. It's fun, and I love talking about it. And of course, MMOs are like the easy answer, as far as like, well, there's just tons and tons of players, and you can connect with these people online, and those are good. I've definitely loved playing World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy 14, and great interacting and making friends online and playing, and that's super cool. But I also love the single player games, and you wouldn't think, single player games, social interaction. What are you talking about? No, I've actually made more friends, and I think closer relationships with people that connect with me on single player games, because it's the games that we love talking about and sharing our experience with, and just kind of telling those stories, that I think is just super powerful, right? I'll just, as an example, I know, if you were to tell me honestly that some of your favorite games are Chrono Trigger for the Super Nintendo, Final Fantasy VI, also called 3 in the US, and any of the Legend of Zelda games, then I know we'll be fast friends, because it's these kind of games that are just so powerful to me. And so that anyone that loves the games on the same level that I do, we'll just have that instant connection, and we can talk about them for hours and hours and what that meant, what this did, how did you handle this. It's so much fun to watch these kind of relationships develop just based on the games that you play, and it's single player games, right? And so it doesn't have to be a multiplayer game. It doesn't have to be online for you to connect, right? So you connect out, of course, with other people, but like maybe you have to connect through whatever it's, online communities or like Reddit or wherever. But you can connect on single player games is my key point here. So it's not just the multiplayer games. Okay. Well, and to give another example of the social connection too. So it's not just the making friends and like, okay, well, we're fast friends. That's awesome. There's also a part of it where it's helping people that are struggling, that need that social connection, right? And one of the things I didn't realize, I had an experience with someone that I was playing games with, and I'd be playing a single player game, and they want to come hang out, and I remember inviting them to like, hey, do you want to play or do you want to try a different thing? And it's like, no, they just wanted the social interaction, so they just wanted to be there, hang out, and watch me play the game and talk about it. And I was like, okay, that's cool. Like, I thought it was great. And I didn't realize at the time, but then later, it's like this individual was having problems at home. And just, frankly, I think just didn't want to go back home and not have to deal with that. And they just really needed someone to be there just for their friends. So they didn't even talk about that. I'd found that out way later. But just, hanging out, being with them, and just being part of their social circle was enough. And just like it was just through the medium of gaming, just hanging out on the couch playing games that's all that was needed, right? And so that's one of those things where I get, and as far as like the Twitch and YouTube streaming, all the streaming interaction, like that, I think there's some of it there too, where a lot of people, they just want to connect, they just want to be there for the social interaction just to watch you play. So I get why Twitch and like YouTube streaming, those kind of streaming platforms are so popular, because it wasn't just me playing a game, it was like me being there to be a supportive friend, just to help out when somebody needed help. So even though I didn't even know it at the time, it was kind of crazy. So gaming as a social interaction, just being there is enough. And gaming, as far as in the fourth one, is also just to improve your happiness, right? Just again, that kind of just being there, and gosh, that was really fun. But as far as the improved happiness, you might have heard the whole dopamine thing, right? The little, I guess, the neurotransmitter, right? That's like, hey, this is the feel happy chemical that just, when you overcome challenges, when you overcome, whatever you're trying to do, and you get that reward pleasure center of your brain that kicks off the dopamine. It's just really powerful. And so I think interactions in games that help you achieve, like really all games, have some sense of accomplishment tied to them, right? Okay, you beat the level, you beat the boss, creative games, sandbox, you built the thing. Whatever it is, you're accomplishing something. And I think we're in this kind of situation, especially in corporate America, like just jobs in general, that there's not always like a very clear impact that you're having, right? And we really want that impact. And I know, like, that's definitely something I struggle with too, is that you go to work, you show up and you do work, but what is it really accomplishing? What is it really doing? You don't feel like what you do matters. But what's great about gaming is that it can give you that sense of accomplishment, which is why I think that, RPGs especially, and these kind of open world, amazing games that they have that sense of accomplishment. Because what's a bigger sense of accomplishment than saving the world, right? So that's why I love games like Final Fantasy, like Legend of Zelda, because it's fun, it's interactive, there's all sorts of crazy stuff that you can do, but at the end of the day, the accomplishments within the game world are so much bigger, right? You're saving the world, you're saving the whole planet, or whatever it is. It's that sense of accomplishment that we love, and I think gaming is just really, really what helps bring that together, and that helps increase your level of happiness, because you just have that sense of accomplishment, not just beating the game, but like the accomplishments that you do within the game are just so fascinating to me. So okay. So I wanted to kind of give you this kind of structure first to say, hey, this is why gaming is so powerful for your mental well-being. And so for each of these categories, so whether it's stress relief, improving cognitive function, uh, social connection, interaction, and increased happiness, all four of these areas I want to dive deeper into in future videos. So I just want to give this kind of as an overview first. So make sure to check links in the description to go into each of these four categories so that you can find out just a little bit more, dive a little bit deeper as far as what you can do and how you can help improve your mental health, your mental well-being through the games you play. So guys, I hope this has been informative, and make sure to check for a little bit more detail in the links below, and subscribe for more personal development and coaching through the games that you play. This has been just a really fun journey for me, so I'm happy to hear what you guys think so far, and make sure to like and subscribe. And I think that'll do it. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay awesome, and I'll see you in the next one.